Hello, my name is Stephanie. I am a business student at Camosun College, and today I will be sharing with you the standard normal distribution, calculating z-scores, and finding the area under the normal curve. So there are a couple of things that we need to take a look at here, and first is, by definition, the standard normal probability distribution is a normal distribution with a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. Any normal probability distribution can be converted into a standard normal distribution by using the z-score formula. So here I am just showing you the z-score formula. It is x minus the mu all over sigma. And now by definition, x is going to be the value of the observation. Mu is equal to our mean of the distribution. And sigma is going to be the standard deviation of the distribution. Okay, so now that we have defined those Greek letters, let's take a look at an example today. This example can be found in our textbooks on page 189. Okay, so this question tells us that the weekly incomes of shift supervisors in the glass industry are normally distributed with a mean of 1,000 and a standard deviation of 100. What is the z-score for x income of a supervisor who earns $1,225 per week? So the key word here that we need to think about is normally distributed. That keyword normally distributed is going to let us know that we need to find the z-score here. So if we take a look at that formula that we learned earlier in the video, z equals x minus mu over sigma. Now we can just plug in the numbers that they have given us here in the example that we're working through here, and just substitute those into those places there. So the first one is going to be that income, that is our observation. Then we're going to subtract that from the mean, which is 1,000. And then we're going to divide all of that by our sigma of $100. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve that. So we're going to get 225 all over 100. And then if we plug that into our calculator, we get a z-score of 2.25. All right, so that is how we find the z-score. Okay, so we could even take this a step further and take a look at finding the area under the normal curve, which is going to be the likelihood or the probability of finding an observation falling between a certain set of values Perfect. So when we're thinking about the area under the normal curve, it's important to recall that when you have your normal distribution curve, you have two equal halves that we're looking at. So you've got two equal halves on either side of the mean. Those are going to both be equal to 50% on either side. Okay, so that's what we need to remember here when we're working with the area under the normal curve. And we can even put in our mean here into the graph to make it a little bit easier for us to visualize. Then we can put in our observation income of 1225. Okay, so we always want to make sure that we're drawing the graph whenever we're looking at that, just to make it a little bit easier for us. So at the mean, we always have a z-score of 0, and recall that we solved for a z-score of 2.25 in that last example. Okay, so then we want to make sure that we are referring to our z-score table. If you're taking a statistics class right now, you can often find that at the back of your textbook to refer to if you want to follow along here while we find this area. Okay, so when we're looking at our z-score table, we want to make sure that we're first looking at the first two digits. Those are going to correspond with that first column of the table. And then the final digit is going to correspond with that top row. Then you just want to make sure that you are getting the corresponding value in that table. So from that table, we get a value of 0.4878, and that is going to tell us that the likelihood of a supervisor with an income between $1,000 and $1,225 is going to be about 0.4878 or 48.78% if you wanted to convert that into a percentage. So that's going to give us the value there in the graph between 1,000 and 1,225. So that is how you go about the standard normal distribution, calculating z-scores, and finding the area under the normal curve. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something new.